and we really miss you on Friday because this is your state. It's something you're very concerned about. And as a woman leader,
woman leader like she's in church.
To get your opinion on it. Is the government taking it too far? Like
Absolutely.
wanting to legislate on people's...
Absolutely. It would seem like there's a misplacement of priorities. There are other pressing matters that can be focused on. Let's talk about female representation of women in politics. You know, let's look at ensuring that even the 35% affirmative action they've been shouting about, that Delta State is representative in that area. There are many areas to be...
schools.
You know, work on the quality of healthcare, education, civil servants and their salaries.
And I don't even
There's so much to be done.
Civil servants abuse their appearance. A civil servant is
somebody that doesn't have plenty money.
Exactly.
First of all, he's managing his money. Think it's colored hair or eyelash. That is a civil servant's person.
Then for the men, bushy men. So
bushy.
I can never work in Delta State.
You know, you can Gbenga like this now, we'll be in trouble.
You know what? All this is just initial gra-gra. There's a new generation of politicians that are coming. The Gen Zs, the Gen Alphas will come and take over, and all these things that they're doing, they will overturn it. All of this is just drama for now, because that's why the older generation still want to hold on to, to power. It's just, this is going to be the byproduct. And we don't see younger people in office.
Like the governors are trying to outdo themselves and who can stifle personal freedoms.
Niger versus.
Niger
is doing very
I'm talking of Niger State. Have you guys heard the latest?
You need to get permission to preach, and you submit what you need to.
But sometimes the Holy Spirit doesn't reveal
my brother
to you until maybe 24 hours
let me state it clearly.
Service.
Niger State is now saying that before you preach, he said the governor from the governor's office said they didn't ban evangelism. But for everyone going to sermon on Friday, I think this is talking to the Muslims as well. He should bring his scriptures for review, and it's normal. Even in Saudi Arabia, this is done.
This is not Saudi Arabia. Nigeria is a secular state.
They always like to compare.
We cannot say, no, Saudi Arabia. Why do we always pick something and we don't pick the other thing?
The cost of the human development indices of Saudi Arabia.
I was on a flight I was on a flight from Qatar to Nigeria, and the person sitting beside me was a doctor, a Nigerian doctor who's working in Saudi Arabia. His family is in Nigeria, and he said to me that if he had his way, he would rather not work in Saudi Arabia. He would rather be home with his family. But if I know how much he's earning, that there's no way on God's green earth that he will come back and stay in Nigeria. That he earns better. So if you're going to copy customs and traditions, you should ensure that you're giving people the same quality of life. Don't copy one and leave all. That's pretend.
He said we cannot say because you have been given the opportunity to be a cleric, you go out and preach the gospel that is anti-people, anti-government, and think it's normal. He says, let me asked if it was out of fear of indoctrination, the governor said it's in that direction.
So the thing is, you try to stifle media because you say the media is
what happened to that radio station?
You know, I've forgotten the name of the radio station now.
I think they've settled things out of
yes, they have.
Alternative disputes.
You try to stifle media. This same Governor Omar Bago is the same one that made that careless comment about people in dreadlocks. That one, after it got social media criticism, he backtracked on that statement. Then there was the issue with the radio FM that he shut down, saying that they're inciting the public. Like it's within his power to shut down a radio station when there is the NBC for a reason. Now, what exactly?
I don't think this man, when he was sworn in, I don't think he understands the Constitution of Nigeria or how things work in the democratic setting.
I mean, it would have led
because he feels that just verbal pronouncements he's not emperor. The pronouncements doesn't make it automatically law. You have a state house of assembly. If you've not passed legislation on something, you can't just become
and what
normal.
is the State House of Assembly in Niger State doing? Do they even have one?
That's a very valid question. And whatever laws that you're making, you must also take into consideration what the laws of the Constitution are. What does the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria say? Any law that is in contravention of the Constitution should not be able to stand. It is the Constitution supersedes. It's the ground norm. I think they call it the first set of legal.
God bless you. It's good to have a legal luminary back. He has to do things under the armpit of the law.
He was to tell you that on Friday. Under the armpit, he didn't come.
Please, what is the armpit? Okay, I'm not the ambit of the law.
He knows. He just been
He said that for you.
But just to mention that the Constitution provides for freedom of association. Any person should be free to associate with whatever organization, so long as it's not illegal in any way, shape, or form. So you can decide to be Christian, Muslim, traditional worshipper, you know, whatever it is, regardless. So at the end of the day, these governors need to understand that whatever they're doing should not be outside the Constitution. The Constitution.
Have you also noticed that we've
final
had,
say?
Yes, we've had Governor of Niger State feature on Wake Up so often, too
I'm sure that
often. And I wonder why. Anyway, they go on to make, it goes on to make this statement that we're working together with security agencies, the Department of State Services, DSS, the police, Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, and the military.
Military, no.
Yes, the development which first became public earlier in the month has generated controversy. The Director General of the Niger State Religious Affairs, Umar Farouk, had said anyone interested in preaching in Niger must obtain a license, emphasizing that preachers had 2 months to obtain their licenses. It is true, the state government has banned preaching. Any preacher who wants to preach must secure a license between now and the next 2 months. 2 months would be October, it will end in November. So, let me say this. If I'm to preach on Sunday, I would have to gather my materials, send it to the government. They will go through my preaching. What message are you preaching about God? Okay, God, this is okay. This place where you talked about God controls government. We don't like it, remove it.
Yeah, because that's the whole essence.
If you look at...
They want to streamline
So the
preaching.
police does not have...
They don't want anti-government and anti-people sermons.
So the police does not have work.
I mean,
when they have a lot cut out for them to handle,
it's just...
They will leave it.
In the countries where this happened, these countries are not democratic countries. Look at them. I'm seeing here Tajikistan, China, you know, certain places, Russia. If certain regulations are done in a number of these countries, even in the UAE,
it doesn't mean you can.
You would see that those people are not running a democracy.
Yes.
You cannot be claiming to running a democracy.
It's a monarchy.
And we are operating like it's a monarchy or one communist state, or you know, like it's autocracy.
And that's the most important part of this conversation.
So Niger State
he needs to understand that this is a democracy. You can't just wake up and say because it's done in a non-democratic state.
But you know why this kind of thing happens? It's because we often do a copy and paste approach here to governance. We see something happening in another country. We've not weighed the indices of why this is applicable in this country. I would just feel like I'm copying this and I'm pasting in Nigeria. If we're copying, we must start to copy other things like good health care.
And then
we must copy ensuring that
exactly.
we have...
Saudi Arabia, they have good health care.
Yeah, of course.
Governor
medical tourism.
Going forward, anybody any doctor that is not treating people after he's paid 1.5 million naira per month, you know. And then again, maybe it's a case of, it's not just running a monarchical, let me find the English word, system.
We're in a democratic state, and the governor just has very... I'm sure he really wanted to join the military when he was younger, because he has so many military tendencies.
He needs to
and
go to
the irony is, even when the military was here, they didn't go as far as asking people to submit their summons.
I can't wait.
Way beforehand. It's ridiculous.
Even the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria will not do this thing that he's doing.
Meanwhile, when he was with the president, he was being meek. Like me.
You know what? This is what we'll do for our producers. Let's follow this story headlong, please. After 2 months, I can't wait for November to find out.
To see how it will turn out.
Yes, how people are
going to reverse it as always and say when people misconstrued him and are taking it out of context.
So does that mean that the military will start going to all mosques and churches?
He can't even. He doesn't have the democratic right to order the military.
In a country that we're sort of fragile along certain lines when it comes to religious and ethnic divides, we're quite fragile in that area. What statements like this, and leaders, politicians, governors, and lawmakers must realize that when you make statements like this, what you're doing is you are doing the very thing you're fighting against. You're fighting against people preaching divisive sermons. What you're doing is you're making those lines thinner, those lines that we're standing on, those religious and ethnic lines that were divided already along. You're making it thinner. And Nigeria is a secular state. Nigeria is not a Christian country. Nigeria is not a Muslim country. It's a secular state. Everybody should be free to practice their religion. And so long as the religion is within the certain confines, it's not breaking any laws, they're not being illegal, I think that should be reviewed. And the international community, I'm sure, will jump in on this soon.
Let the national community mind your business.
Let's solve our problems.
Let's solve our problems ourselves. And also, adherents of African traditional religion, how do they submit their sermon?
I don't know.
But how they got me to
the cowries,
they should shake it.
Governor, this is what we want to submit to. Today we want to pray that the spirit of this, so we'll say, okay, what spirit? Is it good?
Then we going to send class reps.
Enforcement.
We will send class reps to every church and mosque.
Come on. I mean, I don't know if we have reactions though, but I'm sure Nigerians are not eating this because, I mean, that's a new word on social media. Eat it, like Gen Z language. Anyway, let's see what they're saying. What Nigerians are saying to the, concerning this story. Abubakar Sadiq says, I support this. There's too much preaching nowadays, both in mosques and churches, that only serves to create division. This trend needs to be properly checked and regulated. Religious scholars, both malams and pastors, are also contributing to the disunity in the country. Nelson Collins says, Governor Bago's declaration that preachers must submit sermons for approval is not governance. It's the policing of conscience. A government that cannot regulate poverty.
Exactly.
Insecurity.
Cannot regulate poverty, insecurity, or unemployment suddenly finds the courage to regulate the pulpit. Sophistication in leadership is measured by solving real problems, not by shrinking freedom of expression under the guise of order.
And Ifeanyi Onoha says, the same people who can fix electricity want to edit the word of God. It says edit the word of God. Maybe start submitting your government budgets for approval first. Let's see if it passes, says Ifeanyi Onoha.
Shots fired.
Fabian says, requiring preachers to submit sermons for approval is a dangerous path. Freedom of religion and expression shouldn't be filtered through politics. Today it's sermons, tomorrow is going to be every voice we don't agree with. And that's how it starts, you know. Start by eating
that's how it starts.
Little rights and liberties. But from what I can deduce, in conclusion, someone mentioned that there are preachers and imams that are making divisive statements and make divisive comments on the pulpit or wherever they're preaching. It's fine. That's why you have PFM, Pentecostal Fellowship of Nigeria, CAN. You have the umbrella body for Muslims too. You appeal to them to self-regulate. You talk to the council that regulates them to, you identify a few members. You don't throw away the baby and the bathwater.
That's it.
And also on the issue of freedoms, once they start regulating preaching, they will come for your personal freedoms one day. And we've already seen that. I mean, why wouldn't you have the right to fix nails if you want to, and do other things?
And I like what one of the
little by little.
One of the tweets said, maybe we should start regulating budgets too.
Submit your budget to God, let the Lord review.
No, submit it to the Nigerians. Let's see.
They submit it to our representatives in the state houses of assembly, but we know what happens.
Anyway. Let's move on from that story, and you can let us know your thoughts. We're streaming live on YouTube via News Central TV. Tobi Amusan has called out the Athletics Federation of Nigeria for poor kids in a video that has been widely circulated. She's talked about how, in comparison to what their counterparts have been given, they're giving the kids in transparent bags. AFN has also kicked back on this. They've pushed back. They denied any wrongdoing, saying that athletes received Adidas kits worth over 400,000 naira. And they argued that Amusan's case was different, that she flew business class as opposed to other athletes, that she demanded, based on a request, that she wanted to fly business class, and that they gave her that. So let's take a listen. Take a look at this video.
These are other countries.
This is USA.
All the other countries showing their kits.
Wow. In USA. Bag, suitcase. Nice.
So Nigeria, all the other countries, they give their athletes suitcases. See what Nigeria pack kits put for athletes. Every year, that's how they collect her. Inside one small lino bag. A country, which company be this? Iresa. This country will steady embarrass you. Now, can't say many people not switch allegiance. No, never ready. I beg you. Nigeria give us one. Rosie is a laugh. I'll put you for video now. 2. Men are the count more. 2 like that. One, kilele, j'ai boxer si lele abi. Even blind man no say this thing. It go be like nika for my body. They give us 2. Everything 2 on the sale. Oh yeah. Competition there. When we say if you sweat like this, the color of it, if it pee for your body, I beg, down the water. Wait. They went to bash one. All of our, I don't know what time you. To bash 2. To bash 3. And extra butter. Edge of the wrong. And in their words, podium wear up and down. I beg, long tight either. Wear long tight, wear 3/4 tight, wear long sleeve. No singlet, no nothing. We never get clothes we go wear for dining. This thing they give us now is strictly competition gear.
Okay, there's more to it. So let's take the reaction from the Athletics Federation of Nigeria and hear what they have to say about Tobi's video.
Of course, Athletics Federation of Nigeria, did not find this funny. There was a lot that they had said. Someone had spoken on their behalf, and they denied any wrongdoing. I'm just going to, extract a few things. I believe we have an interview.
Yeah, sure.
But let's take a look at the interview first, and then when we come back, we'll give you. Okay. Anyway, they denied any wrongdoing. They said that that all the athletes received Adidas kits worth over 400,000 naira. Argued that Amusan's case was
Adidas. But that's high racer.
That's high racer.
No, but the high racer also so they also argued that Amusan's case was an isolated delay and highlighted that she was flown business class to show respect. They also talked. I mean, there's a number of things.
Let me go through it.
Yes.
The Athletic Federation of Nigeria countered Tobi Amusan's allegations about substandard kits, asserting that all athletes received complete equipment from sponsor high racer with additional benefits including podium bonuses and preferential travel arrangements rooted in the storm. Now, key points are AFM President Tonobo Kokowa, of course, who is related to the former governor. Okay.
Anyway,
stated that athletes received full high racer kits, including spiked shoes. Federation
for free.
The Federation claimed Amusan was shown only a partial kit allocation in her social media post. High racer confirmed identical kit distribution across all 20 sponsored countries. Okowa revealed Amusan received business class travel while other athletes flew economy. She deserves it, please. Please. And they all deserve first class, if possible. The sponsor offers substantial podium bonuses, $30,000 gold, 20,000 silver, 10,000 bronze. The dispute emerges amid ongoing athlete welfare concerns in Nigerian sports, and the conflict could impact team morale during the ongoing World Championships. The confrontation highlights persistent tensions between Nigeria's athletic excellence and administrative controversies on the global stage. And that's pretty much what they said. So there are two aspects to this particular story. One, if you've been an avid follower of Nigeria's Nigerian Athletic Federation, in short, Nigeria's Sporting Federation, you will find out that each sporting code, usually every year when we have a tourney, they always have one problem or the other. Now, there were rumors that came that you had some members of the Athletic Federation take more personnel,
more delegates than athletes
to travel.
More officials than athletes. Imagine.
This is not the first time we're hearing that. Secondly, athletes have always cried foul when it comes to ensuring that they prepare ahead of time. Welfare bonuses, preparation and the likes. It's always it's always dicey. And when athletes speak up, they are being attacked or they're being, cancelled, as it were. Just recently, Favour Ofili, an Olympic athlete, medalist, and so on, switched allegiance to Turkey. And in that video, you saw Tobi Amusan, who is like our most revered gold, our child, our daughter, who has been doing us proud from the likes
Yeah, and
of the
besides,
days of...
she made it to the semi-finals, and
Yes.
she won a heat.
Yes.
Yeah.
So because the likes of Miriam from way back were
Choma Joa.
talking, Choma Joa were talking, you know, softly, they were saying, listen, treat us well. I wonder what is inside this AFN.
So it's
that has
sports
continued.
administration in general.
From
and
time
I don't think
immemorial.
this is a defense, because she said this is not the first time. That
It's
a
not.
year
It's not the
on
first
year.
time.
It's not.
It's not the first
Blessing
time.
Okabara recently, I think that was some days ago, weeks ago, said that there are dissenting voices. There are times where the athletes want to speak. They are being attacked by the same sport, different sporting codes. If every athlete, be it a footballer as well, when it comes to football, all speak up on the same malfunction,
That it means there's
there's a
problem.
complete problem. And guess what? Don't be shocked. Just last year, the same AFN received over 300 million from a bank. They also received a sponsor from the same high racer. They also received, and some of these
And
sponsors
looking
are
at
not
the
open.
2025 budget, the appropriation part for
Mm-hmm.
athletes and that takes care of translates to about 50 to 2.2 million dollars, if I'm not mistaken.
That's
yes.
it. It's there.
The detail is there for the Ministry of Sports.
Millions.
Yeah. So
Where-
why are they getting this? And like you rightly said, it's not just the budgeted amounts. There are monies that come from sponsors.
So again, I mean, there's just the reactions to this. Before we take reactions, I'd like to mention that the Athletics Federation of Nigeria, their response, the question is, many would argue if the response was factual, if truly, it was factual based off what they were saying, in comparison to what Tobi Amusan was saying. But again, it's a thing of public perception. And because there has been repeated incidents in the past, public opinion would definitely be swayed in Tobi Amusan's favor. People will believe her over the AFN. And a number of the things that were said, they sounded indicting when she comes out to say, when they come out to say she requested business class and they flew her business class.
I mean, that's very petty.
Yeah, so
That's actually,
I don't
you're
know.
not even addressing
thing
the
I've
issue.
heard.
And you're not addressing
You
the
flew
issue.
her business
The
class.
response
You
feels
flew
very
there.
reactive, right? It
Come
feels
on.
very reactive. It should be a time for them to reflect. They're saying that the only thing that was not given is a bag. And it's not just a
And they
bag.
said the other
Packaging
part of the
matters.
kits are coming the next day, that she only received one.
Packaging really matters, right?
don't understand.
If you say, we apologize. Look at, there's a difference now. Look at that.
I mean, even secondary school children,
In
young kids looking
2025,
at this,
We
will be
want to aspire
inspired
to be
that,
in
wow,
sport.
look at all
So
these
say,
things they're
okay,
getting.
we understand your frustration. We promise we're working
Yes,
to do
everything must
better.
not
So
be
far, you have gotten one batch,
so
but there's
defensive.
another batch on the way. As opposed to making it look like
And
it's
do a
defense,
video.
you know?
Exactly.
Come
And,
to address the
okay,
same-
show us the proper kits.
Exactly.
I
The
think that-
standard kit, how you give everything that a Nigerian athlete.
I think that a number of
deserves.
these Nigerian agencies need public
Communication
relations
specialists,
communication specialists to teach them how to handle crisis, so that when they're brought in the
The
news.
same thing that happened to Brown Day in Eyimba. He said
Exactly.
he hasn't been paid. The next thing they said is, when all your other teammates are taking buses, we fly you through an airline.
The fact that you
And
fly
then
me through an
they
airline
also-
doesn't mean that you
They
should
also
not pay my
said,
salary.
how many goals do you even score this season?
Imagine that.
You see, there's a problem, there's a rust, a deep, dirty, stench, strong rust inside the Nigerian Sporting Federation. And since, I mean,
She has still
when
been unboxing
I
since she started this
when I started my career in journalism, I
Is
know I
it that
started
they
as a
want her to
sports-
start a boutique?
I don't understand
See,
because
listen.
the unboxing is a lot. Wow.
Recently, the AFN also lost over $2.5 million deal with Puma. That deal was lost.
Why?
When I started my career in journalism, I can also remember that at a certain point, I started as a sports journalist. Every year, there were cases of missing monies, funds, and all that. They would always go into the hiding. And then you wonder, you ask yourself, what's really going on? Is it a space for people to come and eat? And it's starting to look very, very
Can we
dirty.
say that this thing is very demoralizing? I was watching that video that we played of the American lady unboxing, and even as somebody who just recently started going to the gym, I know that how you show up affects your mood. If you have a nice gym where sometimes it motivates you to want to work
Absolutely.
out, even when you are going on air as a TV host, You like how you look, you like your makeup.
You guys are looking.
It affects your delivery in a positive way.
Absolutely.
So all of this is also about morale.
Even the perfume.
You know, exactly. It's all about morale. And I think that the morale is low and that AFN needs to do better. But let's take a look at
AFN's responses.
Let me start clapping for Nigerian athletes that always brace the odds and win medals.
Yeah.
They deserve to be applauded because the average Nigerian is faced with internal crises and systems that are mitigating against him or her.
Like,
beyond all of this, Tobi Amusan has gone ahead to win the 100-meter hurdles in the heat 600-meter hurdles in Tokyo. And she's our golden girl, so we celebrate you, Tobi Amusan. Thank you for making Nigeria proud and putting us constantly on the global sporting map.
We also celebrate the young Nigerian athletes, the first in 18 years to make it to the finals of the World Athletic Championships currently going on in Japan. So kudos to our Nigerian athletes for showing up and making us proud, despite the federation and little support they get.
Okay, let's hear what Nigerians are saying about the Tobi Amusan versus, because it has become Tobi Amusan versus EFN, unfortunately, situation, the whole saga on X. Absolutely. Now, what Nigerians are saying, Akintunde Babatunde says, on Tobi Amusan and the AFN, I ran the numbers. 2025 Sports Ministry allocation, 94.95 billion naira. National Sports Federation athletes, 3.65 billion naira. A pool of money, can we please put back the tweet? A pool of money meant for camps, logistics, allowances, and yes, kits. If what we got is the shameful kit Amusan showed, who should answer our questions?
Nothing will happen.
Exactly.
Nothing. Ashwaji
Larry says, you cannot claim Tobi Amusan lied while showing us a video of the kit she got and expect us to believe you without dropping video evidence of the full part. Nigerian government will do anything but show evidence or take accountability. Again, we are doing better, sorry. Okpayemi Babalola says, Tobi Amusan can talk boldly about the nonsense they handed over to her as a kit because she's already a world record holder. They need her more, exactly. Do you know how many years this nonsense has been going on? If you want to know more about the fraud in the Athletics Federation, go and interview the athletes who usually represent Nigeria at the Paralympic tournaments. Their own is worse. I shudder to imagine. Buchilaba says, for me, Tobi Amusan is not dragging those in charge of athletics in Nigeria enough. The sporting section in Nigeria is a joke, big joke. Funds get released and those in charge do whatever they want with it. Because at the end of the day, nobody will hold them responsible. Because people that will hold them accountable also get share. That's why I will always keep celebrating athletes like Ofili that switched allegiance. We are not serious at all.
We are not.
You know, somebody put up a tweet in defense of the government and said, okay, let's take this first from Jolad. Why is the AFN talking about this? The pack showed she had faulty kits. The AFN focusing on Tobi Amusan and ignoring the fact that officials were listed in place of qualified athletes and we now have no participants in the relay. Is saying a lot. That's another issue we need to.
I'm happy that we have Sunday Diary coming through.
Oh yes, he used to be a former sports minister, so he would.
I'm sure he's going to prepare himself to answer some of these questions. But let's talk about.
Look, I saw a tweet that's in support of the government. It says, you should be very proud of putting on Nigerian colours. That the country is doing you a favour by giving you a platform to represent them. So. Don't always ask what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. That you should be proud.
When they said don't always ask what your country can do for you, that you should ask what you can. The country will have first done something for you. So it should not be like, your country's always doing for you all the time. Don't always ask what your country can do for you to what can you do for the country.
Yeah, you've even gone too far. In 2000,
the country has given a high risk.
I think in 2005 or 2006, this same issue came up while on radio, and somebody came on. I think he came on set. I can't remember the name of the person. He said, "Don't ask what your country athletes should be." And the question he was asked was, "Okay, that's fine. Would you be able to work for a company for free when we have money? We'll pay you. Don't ask what the company can do for you. Just
be proud of when the country's
after all, we've given you
ID card."
And he said, "That's different." No, it's not different. It's not different.
Yeah.
But anyway.
I mean, let's ask you as well what you think about this. You can go on X and share your thoughts, tweet at us individually, or you can drop a comment in the YouTube live. We're streaming, of course, on YouTube at News Central TV. Let us know your thoughts regarding Tobi Amusan versus the Athletics Federation of Nigeria. But once again, as we round up with breakup conversations, we say big congratulations to Tobi Amusan once again but always,
To all the
always making us
athletes.
proud. You deserve it.
To all the athletes.
And to all the athletes who
Despite the
constantly
odds.
weather the storm in the most
Despite the odds.
the most uncomfortable positions with inadequate kids who do not get sufficient remuneration, yet they show up and they put Nigeria on the map. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and well done.
Look at that budget, guys. Look at that budget.
It's huge.
Huge budget.
But in defense, you could say budget is what they would like as the money being released. That's another question.
Anyway, as we wrap up with
that
the
would be
conversation,
asked, yeah.
one man was celebrating his end, the end of his would I call it? Should we call it tenure? Can't call
Well,
it tenure
his
now.
tenure as a sole
yes.
administrator, and there was a
because of the
Thanksgiving
celebration,
service.
there was some-
because-
there was
Is it
some
related
movement.
to the rice that was distributed in Lagos over the weekend?
that rice.
Did you eat part
That's
of that
true.
rice?
No, I did not. But I also want to use the opportunity to applaud Hilda Bassi
Yes.
again. Hilda Bassi has gone yet again. Yes, there hasn't been an official confirmation, but we do know that she has cooked the largest pot of jollof rice. And we're hoping that Guinness World Records can accredit that soon. But congratulations to her. She did it not just once. She did it twice.
Amazing
And,
woman.
You know, I like the fact that whatever she sets her heart to do, she goes after it. It will be tough, but she does it regardless. So kudos to Hilda. And we hope that she
I
inspires a
saw a
generation
comment.
of young women to dream and do more.
One young man, always trying to throw rocks into people's work.
Or the one that went to go and eat the rice. after the rice was
No.
over.
He says, can't we, why are Nigerians always celebrating things like this? Can't we do any advancement in education, technology? This is her field. This is what she knows how to do, and she's doing it.
Those in tech are also
I
trying.
mean,
They're
those in
doing their
tech
own.
are trying, exactly.
should
Someone
do
now
so.
commented and said, I went to your page, I didn't say anything educational, anything technological or inspirational. So don't just sit down and pick at people's works.
Anyway,
Alright.
let's
Yes,
let's
what are you
do
looking for?
this is the sole administrator move. I don't know if you heard of it.